Namaste everyone, welcome to Yoga and You. You're with Joshna Ramakrishnan. Today we're going to learn how to do Chaturanga Dandasana. Chaturanga Dandasana is a very challenging posture. It requires you to go on your arms and your toes, completely balancing all your weight just with your arms and your legs. So what does Chaturanga mean? Chatur means four, Anga means limbs. So 4 limbs we're going to use to do this posture. Dandasana is a stick. So your body should be like a stick balanced by these 4 limbs. So how to get into this posture? I'm also going to give you variations because it is also a challenging posture. Depending upon your level of practice, you can choose which variation you want to do. So let's get into the practice. So you're going to sit in Vajrasana, and from here you're going to take your hands in your all fours. Again, your shoulder and your arm in one line, and your hips and your knees in one line. Now tuck your toes. You come up in high plank. When you come up in high plank, if you feel your shoulder is not in line with your wrist, you have to walk slightly back depending upon the length of your limbs. And you stay strong here. So in your high plank, do not arch your back, do not push your hips up. So start from your high plank with your stomach sucked in, your thighs very tight and squeezed in, and your arms straight. Now from here, the first variation is to drop your knees. So your shoulder and your palm is in one line, but my knee and my hips are not in one line. My knee is slightly back from my hips. From here, you have to use your control and strength of your arms to go forward. So bend your elbows slightly and see where you have the strength. If your strength is only until here, you stop here and you come back. This takes a lot of time to practice. So draw your stomach in and go with your elbows bent and close to your body and chest closer to the floor. Stay here. As you inhale, you come back up. This is the first variation. The second variation, or the final posture, is going to be from here, from your plank. So you're not going to push your chest down, hips up. You're not going to do anything. You're going to go like a stick. Your upper body on the top of high plank, it's going to be like a stick, and you're going to go straight down to the floor. Bend your elbows, squeeze your stomach, shoulders open, stay here, and slowly relax. So the most common mistakes in this people will do is keeping your knees down. The first variation, you try to go with your chest down and your hips up. No, your body should be in one straight line. So just go straight down here. And the second mistake they will do is going to the floor flat. So that you also have to avoid. If you cannot do until even the first variation, you stay here. Squeeze your arms. Stay here. Come back up. So this requires a lot of strength to develop on your biceps and your triceps and your stomach and your shoulder. So it's a combination of all the muscles in your upper body and your core muscles as much as you use your thighs. So take your time, enjoy your practice. Slowly you can go to the full Chaturanga. Thank you. We're going to learn about how to do Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. In English, it's called upward facing dog. If you see Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, it will strengthen your shoulders, helps you strengthen your back muscles and strengthen your thigh muscles. This is a very challenging posture, so I'm going to give you some variations. Please feel free to do which is comfortable for you, because these postures, if you're not trained enough, it might hurt yourself. So just follow instructions and please do the variations if you cannot do the full posture. Let's go into the practice. So for this, you have to go on your all fours, your arms directly below your shoulder, your knees directly below your hips. Now first position, here, from here, you're going to go down towards the floor. So when you're going down to the floor, I'm not going to just completely fall onto the mat. I'm going to use my strength of my arms to control my movement. So my elbows are bent and I go down to the floor completely. So when I'm here, you can watch my arms. My arms are slightly behind my chest. I'm not here. This is for Bhujangasana preparation. You're going to go slightly backward from here. And my shoulders are not in front, my shoulders are gonna be back, and my scapula, your shoulder blades, gonna be together, and your chest should be open. Now from here, you're going to lift yourself up. This is the first preparation for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. From here, you're gonna straighten your arms, make sure your shoulders are back, and you lift yourself up, and your knees are still on the floor. This is not the final pose. This is the first variation of Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Now, after you come here, now slowly lift your head up and look up. I'm not going like this. I'm trying to lift my chest up. So do not squeeze your shoulders in front. If you're going to squeeze your shoulders, that means you don't have enough strength in your arms. So for that, you can just do Bhujangasana. If you want to develop more strength, I want you to keep your arms straight. Rotate your shoulders back and lift your head up. This is the first step. And slowly, when you come down with control, you come down towards the floor. The second variation or the final posture is going to look like this. So you inhale, drop your head down, make sure your neck is loose, shoulders back, scapula together, chest open, and come forward and up. Now you're going to lift your knees off the mat. You lift your knees off the mat, you lift your chest up. This requires a lot of strength to hold here. So if you're not comfortable, do the variation one where you keep your knees on the mat. Drop your head back. Rotate your shoulders, lift your chest. Squeeze your thighs. As you exhale, go down to the floor. Now push yourself back into child's pose. Now as you inhale, come up. So this posture requires a lot of strength in your arms. If you feel very uncomfortable doing this posture, you just have to keep your knees down and try and rotate your shoulder as much as you can and stay in that position. You don't have to do the full posture. So hope you enjoy the practice today. Namaste. How to do downward facing dog. It's called Urdhva Mukha Svanasana in Sanskrit. How to do this pose right and where you should engage, which muscle group you're activating. That's what we're going to study in this video. So to start with, you have to sit in Vajrasana. The first point of connection in Urdhva Mukha Svanasana is your hands. How do you place your hands on the mat? You have to make sure your fingers are separated and pressing equally into the floor, and try and take your legs a little more backward. So feel very strongly with your hands on the mat. Now tuck your toes. When you tuck your toes, make sure you engage your navel. So you're not letting your stomach loose, you're going to suck your stomach inside as much as you can, making infinite space between your stomach and your thighs. Now you're going to tuck your toes and slowly lift yourself up. When you lift yourself up, your focus is to lift your hips back and up. So lengthening your spine. Now try and keep your heels up and just imagine sending your hips higher up to the sky. At the same time, you want to suck your stomach inside. So first let your body get used to this position. Now drop your head down completely, relax your head. Do not bend your elbows, straighten your arms. Now slowly from here, if you're comfortable, just drop your heels slightly down. If your calf is tight, if your hamstring is tight, you cannot actually touch the floor with your heels, but that is okay. You have to try and keep your knees straight and keep sending your hips. That is your first focus. Stay here as long as you can. Breathe deep and long. Now, when you're comfortable, without bending your knees, without dropping your hips, without rounding your back, keeping that position of your spine completely straight, you're going to press your heels into the floor. So this looks like a V-shaped position. So don't squeeze your arms to your ears. Try and rotate your shoulders slightly outside and drop your head completely relaxed in. Now suck your navel in, lengthen your spine. And we stay here for 5 breaths. My arms are firmly rooted, my legs are touching the floor, my heel is pressing onto the mat. I'm trying to tighten my quads muscles here. So you're gonna tighten, squeeze your quadriceps in and squeeze your stomach inside, creating a lot of space between your stomach and your thighs. Slowly lift your heels up. Again, send your hips up to the sky and rotate your shoulders out and relax here. Feel your chest open. Breathe in your chest. Draw your navel in. Now slowly again go back to downward dog. You feel an immense stretch in your calf, immense stretch in your hamstrings, and your whole body starts working. After a few breaths, lift your heels, drop your knee down, point your toes back, push your hips down, and slowly come down to child's pose. So this position will actually help you to strengthen your arms, strengthen your legs, strengthen your navel, your core muscles, your shoulders, your hips. This works on the complete body. So this is one of the very important posture, and make sure you do it with alignment and do it with complete awareness. This actually helps you to understand the imbalance in your body. Make sure your breath is normal. Don't have fast breathing. Try and relax and calm yourself. Breathe normally and do as much as you can. If you cannot keep your heels down, it's completely okay. Just keep your heels up. If you want, slightly bend your knees and breathe there in this posture. Slowly, slowly you can master it, and this posture becomes a posture to rest after years of practice. Namaste.